After the Roman conquest of Britain in the 1st century, the West Country became a hub for industry and agriculture. Grand cities like Bath and Gloucester sprung out of the enormous wealth generated in the region. Fast forward 2 millennia, and best buddies Mark Wilcox and Mark Levelle now search the fields of Gloucestershire for remnants of Roman life left in the turf.
I've done all sorts of different things. Jack of all trades, master of none, they would probably say.
Since they met as neighbours 30 years ago, it's only their 9-to-5s that keep them from their mission.
I've been fencing for 12 years. It's quite an enjoyable job because you see an end result.
Finding that big hoard of gold, it's a nice dream, but you've got to stay attached with reality because, you know, it may not happen.
But the Marks know you've got to dig a lot of holes before you strike gold.
That's what I was looking for. Right, well, Romans had those sort of things though, didn't they? When they carried their orders.
Did they really?
It probably is a tent peg. Keep going.
It's a silver shilling.
It's the bottom of a battery.
No, it's not.
It's actually a George III, 1760 something.
George III, is it?
George III, tell he's looking to the right.
In a tradition first established by Charles II, the direction in which a head faces on a coin alternates between successive monarchs.
Yeah, fair play. You did say it was silver, didn't you?
It was silver, and I was bang on the money.
Yeah.
Recently, Mark and Mark have stepped up their search for evidence of Roman activity. But wives Jane and Glenda are sceptical of their chances.
Oh, the wanderers return.
Show us your treasure.
I found a lovely silver shilling. Yeah, so I found a couple of big tent pegs.
So was that it then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were actually surveying the land for a future visit.
So is it a field worth going back to?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that based on 2 tent pegs and a silver shilling?
Yeah, silver shilling's lucky. You wait, there'll be more than that there. I promise you.
Today, on the outskirts of Bristol, Finds Liaison Officers Kurt Adams and Lucy Shipley are holding a surgery to see what historical treasures have been newly unearthed in the West Country. Lucy's hoping to assess items from a period she rarely sees on her patch further south in Devon.
In Devon, during the Roman period, it's sort of perceived as being a backwater. Gloucestershire is much more desirable as an address for your Romans.
Yeah.
Our 2 Bristolian detectives, Mark and Mark, have brought a number of objects recovered from a single field, and they're desperate to get a date on them.
Wow.
That's quite a lot of stuff there. That's quite significant. Straight away, drawn to this little beauty. The stunning boar. That is absolutely beautiful. Fantastic crest running down the back of the beast. It looks like there would have been settings for stones for the eyes. Look at that.
Oh, it's so gorgeous, isn't it?
Wild boar figurines cast from bronze were popular as far back as the Iron Age, leading Kurt and Lucy to suspect this one could be as much as 2,000 years old.
Boars have all sorts of interesting symbolism in the Iron Age and sort of early Roman period, don't they?
Yeah.
And this kind of idea about heightened masculinity comes through. You can see he's definitely a boy.
The Marks have brought some other artefacts that suggest the Romans were also active in this same field.
We've got the coins there as well.
You've got your 2 soldiers with the standards, which is quite a common Roman coin. They're sending propaganda across the empire, just saying how great the Roman army is by using this imagery on the back of these coins. 3 of these coins here, they've been fused together. Now that's quite interesting. They've been placed in the ground as a group.
And the evidence of Roman occupation doesn't end there.
Oh my goodness. Let's have a look through this. Where did you say this was from? Is this all from the same area?
This is all from the same site.
So that's really interesting, actually, that we've got the Iron Age boar and we've also got Roman pottery as well. It could be that we've got continuation of use on that site from the Iron Age right through the Roman period.
So you basically think on that box we've got habitation from 50 BC on as late as 330, 350?
Potentially.
Thank you. That really puts us in the picture about what may be going on this site. And
We're definitely going back, aren't we?
yeah, we're definitely going back, so thank you.
If you find anything else, do give us a shout.
We got your number.
I can't believe all that vast range of material from just the one site. Something is definitely going on there.
I can't wait to get back on that field now.
Sunday morning,
Yeah.
8 o'clock instead of 9.
7 o'clock, I'll be there.
Over in the West Country, Bristolian detectorist duo Mark Wilcox and Mark Lovell are at the field where they dug up an Iron Age boar and some Roman coins. And now they think they could have unearthed something even bigger.
The signal was banging. Started digging it, called Mark over.
And I said to Mark, there's a piece of pot here. And the signal was inside the pot, or what I thought was underneath the pot.
Yeah. Oh, man. And we thought, blimey, what have we found?
I said to Mark, we've got to do the right thing here. We've got to contact the flow.
It's a legal requirement to report a potential treasure find. But once exposed, a hoard site is vulnerable to theft. Significant historical discoveries can become the target of unscrupulous archaeological thieves. Nighthawks, as they're known, don't seek permission to detect on land and either keep or sell treasure illegally.
We decided then we had to fill the hole back in. I trust my friends, but you never know who's going to find out. And it's too important to risk somebody destroying it.
Time is critical. With Nighthawks a potential threat, the find spot needs to be excavated as soon as possible. Kurt Adams, Finds Liaison Officer for Gloucestershire and Avon, is on his way to meet Mark and Mark
Got here then eventually.
at the site of their potential Roman hoard.
Oh, man.
7 days ago, they found a pot they're convinced is full of coins. And their detectors told them there could be more.
Not quite sure what we're going to encounter. This is a unique opportunity to actually excavate a coin hoard. Normally they're quite dispersed.
It's Kurt's first chance to investigate. But there are concerns that someone could have got there before him.
Nighthawks, these thieves, if they actually find out about a coin hoard, then they're going to steal these archaeological artefacts. So they're going to be stealing our heritage. So it's really important that we get this dug as quickly as we possibly can.
When Kurt arrives, the first job is to check for evidence of nighthawking.
So it is
Yep.
there, definitely.
Yep, okay. Well,
Definitely. It don't look disturbed. It
Yeah.
should be fine.
Reassured the site is untouched, Kurt can now take a look at what the marks dug up a week ago.
This is what we've already found,
Yeah.
and that's heavy. 2,000 years old, nearly. It's all intact.
That's amazing. That is, yeah.
And as you can see, it's all, we've not disturbed it too much.
Rather than getting stuck in with spades, a site of this potential significance calls for extreme care and caution.
I'm just laying out a 2 metre by 2 metre trench. As soon as we've got the topsoil off, we'll then be able to actually see the archaeology underneath before we could then start thinking about actually excavating the actual hoard itself.
As time is of the essence, Devon Finds Liaison Officer Lucy has joined the excavation effort.
Left or right?
My right.
You're right, that's it. Bit more, that's it.
Groundwork laid, it's not long before they hit the target.
If you go any further to the right, you'll be actually touching the hole that we excavated.
So it's there.
Yeah, that's it.
Pot, yep, fantastic. A few bits of Roman pot here. Oh God, look at this, look at this. It's a lovely bit of rim.
As the pottery piles up, they soon discover the real treasure.
There you go. So,
Yes.
Roman coins.
getting more and more exciting every minute. It's just amazing.
Likely hit by a plough, this second pot has its contents laid bare.
Oh, that's nice.
After the scattered contents of the second pot are recovered, something tantalising is revealed in the dirt.
The more I look at this, the more I think we might have another complete pot.
So we've now got 3 pots.
A third pot has raised the bar on the importance of this site.
It's just incredible, really. It's, to be totally honest, I'm just a little bit stunned by it.
Very, very excited. The only other time I was as excited was when I was cutting my children's umbilical cords. So if that can get across how exciting this is.
I'm not 100% convinced that we're going to be able to get that out in one piece.
Preservation of the archaeology is paramount, so Kurt and Lucy will need to harness all their specialist knowledge to recover the pot safely.
Just trying to define the edges of this before we do anything drastic.
So yeah, we've got a big crack there, so we can wrap it in plaster of Paris bandages to try and keep it secure.
Are you ready?
Right, oh no.
No, you're not, are you? I know, nor me. Do you want me to lift it a little bit more and you can...
Yep, go for it, try it.
We both lift
Yeah,
that'd be brilliant.
They are, you should be able to get under that now. 1, 2, 3. Flipping heck. Oh my God.
Let's lower it really.
I'm
not
trying.
over, so bring it over a bit more.
I got my hand under it. Oh man, that is heavy.
Hey. Well, there we go.
Whoa. And relax, that is heavy. That is seriously heavy.
The weight of the pots could mean they contain enough coins to be declared treasure, and finders' rewards for sizable Roman coin hoards often reach 6 figures.
This has been a brilliant find. And to find one, it's a great find. But to find 3 together, all buried in a line, was brilliant. And it was just, yeah, I've not seen something like that before.
Let's put it in the car.
But whether a Roman's fortune is sealed inside these pots is now a mystery for the British Museum's experts to solve.
We've had worse days, haven't we?
We certainly have.
In central London, Mark and Mark's 3 Roman pots are being transferred to the British Museum under the protection of Finds Liaison Officer Kurt. Deemed to be of significant interest, the pots are about to go through the treasure process, where they'll be investigated by specialist conservators and curators, a process that can take many months.
It's quite a unique feeling to know you've got 2,000 years worth of history in the back of the car. You know you're the first person handling these objects in like 2,000 years. And it's a huge privilege, it's a massive privilege.
Roman coins were discovered in the broken pot, but what's in the other 2 remains a mystery.
I feel like that.
Wow.
Senior Treasure Registrar Ian Richardson will see the hoard through the treasure process. First stop, the hotly anticipated X-ray.
Can't wait to see what's actually inside them. It's amazing to get this here because there's been a lot of speculation what's actually in the hoards. So we really want to find out what the conservators are able to actually uncover.
They'll be really keen to get their trowels to it, as it were. Hello, hi.
Conservator Hazel Gardner has been tasked with micro-excavating the 2 intact pots. But before that can begin, she needs to see what she's contending with.
The first thing we do is X-ray, just to see what we can find out.
Who knows what's in the other 2? You know, could they be same date? Could they be different dates?
Yeah.
Could it be just completely different material?
And this is rather lovely because it's a complete pot, so all credit to the finders.
They are very, very, very heavy compared to the broken pot. So there is something quite substantial in there. Maybe even there might be some gold objects in there, who knows? But it's going to be really exciting to find out.
Oh, man.
It's been almost 2 months since Mark Wilcox and Mark Levelle discovered 3 pots of potential treasure. And at the British Museum, conservator Hazel Gardiner has spent the last week delicately working on the coins from the broken pot.
So my role is to complete all the cleaning of all of the coins, to do all of the micro-excavations and to produce reports. I mean, as long as I can get the mint mark out, that is the identification of the coin, that's the key thing.
Hazel's painstaking work, usually an hour a coin, will allow each one to be ID'd, enabling the hoard to be valued.
Although the metal has corroded out, the form of the coin and the features are still there. So basically what we're doing is trying to clean off the mud and the silicates, but to retain this conservation surface. It's quite difficult because it is really soft.
But today she's briefly downing tools. Finders Mark and Mark have come up from Bristol, and they're dying to know what Hazel has discovered inside the intact pots.
Lovely to meet you. Yeah.
But first, they get a look at the pot itself.
Okay, well, we thought we'd start with this one.
Oh my God. Oh, the hands were all intact and everything.
The immediate interesting things about this is this dent here. One theory is that the Romans would often use substandard pots.
I suppose if you're going to bury something, you don't want to be burying it in your best pot.
I mean, that's incredible. We didn't realise there was any decoration on it. I mean, I can't believe how much detail there is on it.
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
But it's absolutely brilliant to have got it out intact like that.
We want to know what's in there.
Hazel's X-ray is a window into the past, but it takes an expert eye to work it out.
You can see by the complete whiteout in the middle, there's a lot of metal in there. Yeah. And on the edges there, you can make out the coin shapes, and they look like they're coming quite high up the neck of the vessel. It's absolutely stuffed to the top with coins.
Incredibly, the team have an ID on the coins just from the X-ray. And it matches what Hazel has already discovered in the broken pot.
These are the coins from the scattered pot. The bulk of them that we've cleaned so far seem to be commemorative Constantine coins.
Constantine the Great was Roman emperor between 307 and 337 AD, during which time he founded a new eastern capital, Constantinople, and Christianity became the official Roman religion. The X-ray of the second pot shows it's equally jam-packed full of coins. And over the next few weeks, Hazel discovers a further 1,862 coins in the smaller pot and a whopping 4,271 coins in the larger pot. So with more than 6,500 coins in their hoard, the Marks are dreaming big.
My daughter's asked me to buy her a house. So it's still an unfolding story.
Yeah. Watch this space.